Don't forget to check out and order your copy of our latest book, Stiff Arming Football Myths. You can find these available on our website at footballgameplan.com/books, and we have these both in paperback and PDF form. Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our 2015 FCS Preseason All-American team. And we're going to start this video off by taking a look at the offensive side of the ball. The reigning Walter Payton Award winner John Robertson kicks off our preseason All-American squad. The 6'1", 220-pound senior out of Villanova made a huge leap last year throwing the football. Robertson tossed 35 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions, while also rushing for over 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns. Here's a look at the rest of our first-team All-American squad. Cooper Kupp, the wide receiver out of Eastern Washington, is a 2-time Football Game Plan FCS All-American. He and sophomore wideout Jake Weineke out of South Dakota State put on a show each and every week out west. Offensive guard Garrick Mayweather, I think, has a big-time NFL future, and he helped pave the way for the Jerry Rice Award winner last season in Chase Edmonds. Edmonds ran for over 1,800 yards last year as a true freshman for the Fordham Rams, averaging a healthy 6.3 yards a carry. Moving over to the defensive side of the ball, linebacker Connor Underwood out of Indiana State at 6'3", 240 terrorized opposing offenses last year to the tune of 13.5 sacks, and Underwood also had a permanent home in opposing backfields, recording 25 TFLs. And looking at the rest of our first-team defensive All-American squad, I got the chance last year to see linebacker James Rentz out of Sacred Heart live and was blown away by his athleticism and playmaking skills on both ends of defense. I think he should lead the way on what should be a very good Sacred Heart defense once again. Moving over to our second-team FCS All-Americans, running back Kyrie Dixon out of St. Francis was a game-breaker for the Red Flash, going over 1,700 yards last year. Even at 6 feet, 182 pounds, Dixon showed he had what it takes to carry the load, averaging 27 carries a game and also averaging 5.5 yards a carry. Another outstanding player from the NEC and wide receiver Chris King out of Duquesne, the 6'1", 196-pound junior playmaker, hauled in 68 receptions for over 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns. He had a big day versus Buffalo last year with 8 catches, 199 yards, and 2 touchdowns. On the defensive side, Northern Iowa's defensive back DeAndre Hall is one of the most versatile players in the country. Hall has played every position in the Panthers' secondary and is effective blitzing in man-to-man coverage and playing the run close to the line of scrimmage. Defensive tackle O.J. Meow out of Gardner-Webb is a legit NFL prospect coming out of the Big South Conference. Meow averaged 5 tackles a game, 60 on the season, while also posting 10 TFLs. Time to look at the specialists, and Pokey Harris was a legit weapon for the Murray State Racers last year. Harris brought back 3 kickoffs for touchdowns, averaging 28.8 yards a return. The 4-time national champion Bison was strong in every area on the football field. Literally, last season, punter Ben LeCompte was a second-team All-American in 2014 after averaging 45 yards a punt, which was second in the nation. Taking a look at our second-team special teams All-American, some Valparaiso love here as sophomore return man Jarrett Morgan makes the list. Morgan, as a freshman last year, averaged a whopping 35 yards per kickoff return, bringing one back to the house. Another good returnman in Anthony Williams III out of Alcorn State. He averaged a very impressive 16.6 yards a punt return, which is unheard of, and also taking one back to the house last year for the Braves.